Welcome back to The Explainer. So today we're diving into a device that is making some serious waves in the tech world. We are decoding the Xiaomi 17T Pro. Now, if you've glanced at the spec sheet for this phone, you already know it is an absolute powerhouse. It's packed with numbers that look great on paper, but my goal today is to go completely beyond the spec sheet. We're going to translate these massive, staggering numbers into the actual everyday benefits you'll experience when you're holding this device in your hand. Okay, let's lay out our roadmap real quick. We're going to logically break this down feature by feature, starting with the Leica camera system, shifting over to the 144Hz display, popping the hood on the Dimensity 9500, checking out that massive 7,000 mAh battery, and then tying the whole shebang together with HyperOS 3.
Number 1. The Leica camera system. Beyond light, pure clarity.
You know, smartphone photography has fundamentally shifted away from just blindly chasing megapixels, and it's moved toward true professional-grade optics, and that is exactly what we have with this Leica professional triple camera setup. Let's talk about why these specs actually matter to you. That 50-megapixel main camera features a massive 1.31-inch sensor, equipped with Light Fusion 950 technology. In plain terms, that means incredible, almost staggering light capture. You get pure scenes even in absolutely terrible lighting conditions. Then, look at the 50-megapixel telephoto lens. It offers a 5x native optical zoom. Because it's a periscope lens with pure optical power, your distant shots remain flawlessly crisp. None of that weird digital artifacting that usually ruins your zoomed-in photos. Add in a 12-megapixel ultra-wide for those sweeping landscapes, and you've got a completely versatile toolkit right in your pocket.
But great lenses need great software, right? Enter Leica Live Moment. This feature doesn't just capture a static snapshot, it preserves the authentic story and the emotion leading up to that exact second. So, what's the real so what here? It means this technology transforms a flat photo into a living memory. It fundamentally changes how we capture our daily lives by giving rich context to the millisecond you click the shutter, and it does it all with that signature Leica aesthetic.
Moving on to number 2, the 144Hz display and eye care, a refreshed look.
Think about it. The component we interact with the absolute most is the screen, and a true flagship needs to prioritize our physical comfort right alongside stunning visuals. Just look at this number, 3500. This represents the peak brightness in nits for the 17T Pro's display. We have to translate this immediately to a real-world benefit. When you're standing outdoors at noon in direct blinding sunlight trying to read a text or frame up a photo, 3500 nits means you're going to have perfect uncompromised clarity. Literally no more squinting or cupping your hand over your screen just to see what's on it.
But speed and brightness aren't enough if they're constantly straining your eyes. Xiaomi Vision Care 2 tackles this in 3 distinct steps. First, you get hardware-level low blue light reduction up to 75%. Second, full brightness DC dimming, ensuring a totally flicker-free experience. And third, 360-degree intelligent sensing that actually adapts to your circadian rhythm using 16,000 dimming levels. Certified by TÜV Rheinland across 4 different categories, this means that buttery smooth 144Hz display actively prevents eye strain. It intelligently adapts to your exact environment, whether you're sitting under harsh office lights or just reading in bed at night.
Section 3. Dimensity 9500 Performance, Beyond the Imagination.
Now it's time to shift our focus to the engine running the entire show. Powering the cameras, the display, and literally everything else is the advanced 3nm MediaTek Dimensity 9500 chipset. And it is fascinating to see where the biggest performance leaps are actually happening. We see a solid 17% jump in multi-core CPU and a 33% increase in GPU peak performance. That's great for gaming and just general day-to-day speed. But what's really wild here is the staggering 111% leap in AI peak performance. This single metric is what unlocks those crazy photo processing speeds, the intelligent battery management, and all the advanced features we rely on so heavily every day.
Of course, massive power requires massive cooling. You can't just have all that speed without managing the heat. The Xiaomi 3D Ice Loop system tightly adheres to the chip to allow for rapid heat dissipation. So if you're in the middle of a super intense, high-speed gaming session, shooting 4K video, or heavily multitasking, your device won't suddenly throttle down or get uncomfortably hot in your hands. It sustains that peak flagship performance over time.
Section 4. The 7000 mAh battery and HyperCharge, ultra-long battery life.
But hey, what happens when you take it off the charger? 7,000 milliamp hours. In the smartphone world, a number this massive usually means you're carrying around something as thick as a literal brick. But thanks to a 16% high silicon carbon content, this huge energy density manages to fit into a remarkably sleek 8.25mm frame. Basically, you're getting tablet-level battery capacity tucked into a perfectly normal, slim smartphone profile.
And let's see how this translates to real-world endurance. 20.3 hours of constant use. Just let that sink in for a second. That is nearly a full day of actually using the screen without stopping. We're also looking at 30.7 hours of video playback and over 62 hours of VoLTE calling. What this truly means for you is genuine freedom from battery anxiety. You can confidently leave your power bank, your chargers, and your cables sitting at home when you head out for the day. But even gigantic batteries eventually need to be recharged. Let's contrast these blazing fast HyperCharge speeds. You get 100-watt wired charging that completely refills this massive 7,000 mAh tank to 100% in just 48 minutes. More of a wireless fan? You've got 50-watt wireless charging, getting you to 50% in 42 minutes. This proves that even with a gigantic capacity, you can completely top off your device during a quick morning routine or while getting ready for dinner.
And our final pillar, Section 5, HyperOS 3 and AI features. The flagship experience.
The most powerful hardware in the world absolutely needs seamless software to truly shine. Xiaomi has built deep integration with Google Gemini right into HyperOS 3. You can chat with Gemini for instant assistance or use the incredibly popular Circle to Search for effortless visual lookups. Just draw a quick circle around anything on your screen and boom, there's your answer. You also get Gemini Live, which lets you share your camera and screen for real-time contextual help, and VO3 for cutting-edge video generation. This ecosystem turns the phone from just a standard communication device into a truly proactive personal assistant.
But Xiaomi didn't stop there. They've packed in their own native Hyper AI tools. AI Erase Pro seamlessly removes random passersby and distractions from your perfect Leica shots. AI Film automatically crafts cinematic narratives from your clips based just on text prompts. AI Image Expansion intelligently extends the canvas of a photo if you framed it too tight. And AI Audio Mixer eliminates unwanted background noise from your videos. These tools leverage that massive 111% AI performance boost we talked about earlier, literally putting a professional editing suite right in your pocket.
Well, we have covered a ton of ground today, pulling all these incredible specs into focus. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Between the Leica optics, the brilliant eye care display, the raw Dimensity 9500 performance, that incredibly liberating 7,000 mAh battery, or the deeply integrated AI, which of these massive spec upgrades translates to the greatest personal benefit for you? Honestly, which one would change your daily routine the most? It's been absolutely fascinating to see how Xiaomi has pushed the boundaries here. Thanks for joining me on this explainer and keep exploring.